This is Isabeau Courdurier. Hailing from the south of France, 21-year-old Isabeau is a rising star of the mountain biking world. We travelled to her home near Aix-en-Provence to find out more.
I've always been very active. I've always been into sport and tried lots of different things. My brother started mountain biking and met loads of people through it, so I wanted to try it too.
Isabeau's athleticism, determination and sense of adventure meant she rapidly developed into a promising rider. Aged just 6, she began cross-country mountain biking. Isabeau graduated from regional to national level competition, and by the time she was 16, had been called up by the French team to take part in World Cup events. The cross-country discipline places an emphasis on stamina, with races at senior level taking place over distances of approximately 50 kilometers.
It was around that time that I realised maybe cross-country wasn't for me. I felt that some elements of the sport, like the technical side of riding, were missing.
A career-defining moment followed as Isabeau took part in her first Enduro race. A relatively new discipline, Enduro is a stage race format where riders compete against the clock over highly varied terrain. Whilst fitness is important, there's also a strong technical element.
That first time, I had a puncture and lots of other things went wrong with the bike. It was really hard and I was exhausted by the end of the weekend, but I still found myself drawn to it. I felt like I was born to do Enduro because there were both physical and technical aspects to it. It was like a revelation. I thought, this is it. This is your thing.
The varied demands of Enduro also place a premium on strength and lightness, which applies to both the rider and the bike.
So, this is my garage, the place where I store my bikes and do maintenance on them. I spend quite a bit of time here. I'll start off by showing you my first proper bike, the one I used between the ages of 10 and 15. This is the bike I won my first competitions on, the one that I served my apprenticeship on. It's pretty simple, there's nothing too technical about it. Then, I switched to Enduro, and this is the bike I use for competitions. The frame and the handlebars are made of carbon. It has fantastic suspension, and it's all top-of-the-range stuff. It's worth around €7,000 and is pretty much the best available. If you want the right results, you need the right equipment.
2014 proved to be Courdurier's breakthrough season. She was able to compete in all of the Enduro World Series events, and despite breaking her elbow at one race, finished the series ranked inside the top 10. Last year, Isabeau shifted up a gear, twice finishing on the podium and ending the season ranked 4th in the overall standings.
I think the Enduro World Series has been a really good development for our sport. It's the reason why Enduro, as a discipline, has generated such great media coverage. On some stages, we'll race over a long circuit that includes a climb, and on others, we'll take a cable car to get to the start of downhill. So, the riding demands can completely change from one stage to the next.
Isabeau's strong work ethic and determination to succeed mean she's left no stone unturned when it comes to improving her performance. One key advance has been made by training on BMX tracks using her mountain bike. The tight, undulating circuits have helped sharpen her reflexes and enhance her bike control.
I think I've been inspired by my experiences of wakeboarding and skateboarding. I like to make those same kind of fluid lines when I'm on my bike. It's really important to develop a range of abilities if you're going to perform well in mountain biking. You have to keep things fresh and try out different sports, not just limit yourself to one.
The decision to train on BMX tracks was prompted by advice from her friend and former mountain bike racer, Cédric Carré.
Elle travaille énormément.
Isabeau's a very hard worker and is always looking for ways to improve. She's extremely strong mentally and always finishes what she's started.
Qui va toujours au bout des choses.
I guess you could describe her as a force of nature. There's no doubt in my mind that Isabeau's going to take over from the current crop of champions.
Qu'on connaît aujourd'hui, ça fait aucun doute.
She has everything it takes to succeed.
Toutes les qualités requises pour y arriver.
When she's not travelling the competition circuit, Courdurier splits her time between the family home near Aix-en-Provence and Nice, where she's studying for a degree in management and entrepreneurship. Unlike most other riders on the tour, Isabeau is not a full-time professional. Last year, she spent several months on a study placement in Canada and didn't ride a bike from December to May, making her achievements on the Enduro World Series all the more impressive.
I think it's very important for me to keep another activity running in parallel, like working for a brand or in partnership with a brand to develop a range of mountain biking equipment for women. It's essential that I'm not just a bike rider and keep this versatility. I need to develop not only as an athlete, but also in terms of a professional career. So that's why I think I'll always keep both activities going.
Over the short term, Courdurier is focused on moving up the rankings whilst continuing to study for a master's degree. A full-time professional contract with a leading mountain bike team is likely to follow. With her combination of talent, determination and application, few would bet against Isabeau fulfilling both her business and sporting ambitions.